everyone, it's Kristie with AG Takes Over. In my chair, in my doll room. If you saw the video where I showed the update to this downstairs in the basement doll room, you knew I said, I'm gonna come sit here every day and enjoy this space. And I have been doing it every single day. Like, even if it's just for a couple minutes, just coming down here and claiming some time for me to enjoy these dolls in this space. So I also said, I'm going to be filming a lot more down here, and I am. Today's video, obviously you know, is about the new girl of the year. I wasn't going to do a video about her for three reasons, basically. One, I don't want to be a channel that is chasing, like, what is the newest thing? I have to get my video out first and be among the first. But at the same time, I acknowledge that if there is some new thing and you're not among the first, it's not going to get that many views. So I was like, well, do I want to do one? Secondly, I didn't buy her. We do have her, but I didn't buy her. My wife did. So do I need to do a review or much commentary on a doll that I wasn't even like so motivated that I bought? And then the third reason was, do I have anything novel to say? Because so many videos get made when the new doll comes out. Do I really have anything to contribute? Because if I don't, there's no need to make a video about it at all. But I think the answers were yes, obviously, because I went ahead and decided to do it. Here's the structure of this video. So you can know within the first 2 minutes, 3 minutes, do you want to watch it? All right. So I'm going to do 6 things. One, I'm going to show you her and just talk about her as a doll, what I think of her appearance, not story, not name, just her. And then 2, oh, I got to go up and get the cat. I got to go get the cat and show you the carrier and give you my opinion on that. But talk about the collection, the color palette. And then that 3, the Nanea mold, and my feelings about this doll as the combination of features in the larger scheme of American Girl's collection, not just by herself, but in the greater, like situated in the greater scheme of things. 4, and maybe I'm not going to go in this order, I don't know, but 4 things. I want to show you some different looks for her. So my wife has been putting her in some more neutrals, and I just read her book today, and she very much is like my favorite color is rainbow kind of girl. So I want to show you like neutrals and give you some ideas and let you appreciate some looks for her that don't follow her story and her personality. But if you're like, I don't care anyway, I dress my dolls for me, not for their story, then you'll have some, get some ideas. And then for those of you who maybe do want to embrace her love of many colors and rainbow and bright and everything, but maybe don't love her meat outfit, then I want to give you some options. And I'm not going to do it in this one, but let me know if you're interested in me doing the 1 item 10 looks with that dress, with her meat outfit. I think it will be challenging, but I'm up for it if there's enough interest. I'm not personally like super motivated to do it. So if you want it, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'll pass. I want to talk about her box. I'm sure I haven't even watched any videos on her. I'm sure people are discussing the box. So I do want to talk about what I think of it. And then I want to talk about her book, which I said I just read today, and the absolute irony, the absolute hypocrisy between the ties between her storyline, a specific image in the book, and what's been going on with a lot of Etsy sellers who make clothing and items for American Girl size dolls. So 6 things, here they are again, if you want the agenda. Hopefully if I did this post editing, then it's in the right order. But yeah, I'm going to run upstairs and get the cat, come back down and get started. And those of you who know that my wife has cats and I'm not their biggest fan, will find humor, especially if you've read this story, will find humor in the fact that as I was coming back down with Fettuccine, Tonks came down like, "Ooh, I can go in too." And I was like, nope. That's why there's a door. That's why there are walls. So this is my space. All right. So first thing I said, I want to talk about the doll. She's already changed out of her meat outfit. Oh my gosh. If you wanted to see her in her meat outfit, just be online, right? American Girl will shove it down your throat. Instagram has got you covered. So many AGTube videos. Like, you don't need to see her in her meat outfit from me. Okay. So she's wearing an outfit that Grace picked out for her. But somebody picked her out in a store for Grace. They were in communications. She was having pictures sent. So she knew she was going to be very happy with the specific one that she got. A lot of people have noticed that on one eye, more of the upper lash painted lashes are showing than on another. I think that just is going to be common with her. And I think that Grace is, like I said, very happy with the one that she got. You might be able to see a little bit more lashes on this side than on this side. She's not worried. And I always say, it's not about whether it's somebody else's definition of is your doll perfect. It's whether you're happy with the doll. So she has this pink hair underneath, which I'm going to be honest, some people loved and some people hated Isabel's like clip-in hair. I loved it because I liked the option of that being a thing or getting removed. So I'm not a big fan of, in general, like the extra colors because I think that it makes them harder to dress. That said, like, come on, this is so subtle. It's so light. It's so easy to like overlook. Even though it's very much there, I don't think it's going to be hard to dress her at all. Like, that's not going to be an extra challenge. It's not like Corinne's blue that does show a little bit more, or Luciana's purple or something. I think it's subtle enough. I don't care. I don't know. I don't have strong feelings about the doll. I think she's cute. I didn't get her, and I don't think I would have, just because I'm trying to be very mindful about getting dolls that I really want and that will add something to our collection, because the collection is kind of large. And I'm trying to like grow it slowly at this point. Her collection, what can I say that is novel? I'm going to just whip right past it. It's young, it's cutesy. I do think it will sell well. I think that a lot of adults do want that. Definitely a lot of kids. Plenty of adults and plenty of kids don't want it. If they like the doll, if they're into getting the girl of the year, I think they'll get her and switch the clothes. That's what my wife did. She has no interest in using that dress. She'll either give it to our daughter or, I don't know, pass it on its way. But she's going to dress the doll how she wants to dress her anyway, right? The only thing that she got, and I think she'll end up getting more from the collection, but the only thing she got was fettuccine. By the way, let me say right now, there are going to be some spoilers if you haven't read her journal so I don't know, don't watch this, or like fast forward to the part where you see her in different outfits and it'll just be fashion talk, I guess, because I don't know when I'm going to throw them in there. I'll just tell you, like, fast forward a few seconds. Fettuccine's not her cat. This is like Lila. I don't know. Has American Girl always done this? Lila's horse was not her horse. She did not own Hollyhock. Mighty May was not her dog. Fettuccine is not her cat. Yes, Crescent is her dog. But this is the spoiler, she gets a cat in the book. And yet they still made this the cat that they sell with her instead of the cat that's actually going to be hers. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, this cat wouldn't stay with her. So if you're like making her space in her collection, this cat's visiting for 5 weeks and then leaving. Why is that so critical to be like a permanent part of her collection? I don't know. But I think the case is stinking adorable. Somebody, I'm going to set her down. Somebody, and I can't remember who. Actually, let me just set her back here. There we go. Did their own version of this, but they made it wider so that it can fit a dog. I can't remember who did that. I think my verdict was like, well done, but it was a little too big for me. I think it would look really awkward sticking that far out from the back. But it's cute. It's like a little bubble shell. And it's got some breathy holes here. I think the cat would obviously want a little more room to be able to turn around in reality, but whatever. Proportions. The rainbow collar and the rainbow bow very much are meant to match her collection, like Summer's aesthetic, but this is not her cat. So I don't know. I can't remember if the cat actually had any rainbow stuff in the illustrations. I have the book right there, but yeah, if we get more things from the collection, I can review them. I think that's cute, worth it. We used a reward, so I don't know how much we paid, but Grace used a reward. All right, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was just the Nanea mold in greater context. I don't feel, one, that I have a strong opinion on using a mold that was originally at least partially Asian heritage, right, with Nanea, for a blonde, basically blonde haired, blue eyed doll. I don't know that it's my place to like weigh in on that. And I don't know that I have a strong opinion on it. So I'm not mad that they have made Nanea mold dolls with like very white coated features. What I am disappointed about is that they never explored the other direction. So there was this doll who was like medium skin tone and multiple racial backgrounds. And they said, let's do more with her mold. And they went in one direction and they never explored this direction. So we didn't get black hair, brown eyes, darker skin, anything to, and not that these will be better. One is not, I'm not saying better or worse. I'm just saying there was this kind of mid road, as they often do. We'll make a mixed race doll or a mixed background, whatever. And then they explore this way and not this way. And it just, I'm not mad about this. I'm disappointed because I'm still waiting to see them explore some other options with the Nanea mold because I think they would be gorgeous. Like if you're not going to do it, put her in the freaking CYO generator so that I can do it. Because I want those dolls. Like I want to see those other combinations. I want to see her with a different kind of hair texture. I want so much more from that mold and I'm just like, this is fine. Just this a little bit more. All right. So there's that point. Next one, I'm going to pause and insert this later and do a voiceover because I want to take my time. I don't necessarily want to show you, like, here's me picking the outfits and here's me dressing. I just want to put a bunch of looks together and talk you through them. And I'll do it, like I said, in two sections. Like, here's some outfits if you're like, I don't care what her story is. Girl's going to be in neutrals. She's going to look a little more mature. She's going to look a little bit aged up. Oh yeah, let me put her glasses back on her. So if that's the route you want to go, I just want to give you some options. And if you're like, yeah, I could go with like aging her up a little bit or a little bit less like cutesy first grade, but I still want to be true to her color palette, then I want to give you some options there. So hold on one second and I'll just do an insert for that. All right, so for reference, the first picture obviously is her in her meet outfit, just so we've got something to go with. And then I ran upstairs and literally picked out 6 outfits in 5 minutes. So, not a ton of thought went into it. I just wanted to show you what she looks like if you want to branch out and give her some other outfits that are still true to her book's character. So this first one, and I didn't do the research to remember what AG outfit it is. The shoes don't go with it. They're AG, but they don't go with this outfit. I think this is cute. I think that it is very much in line with her character, but maybe a little less overwhelming and slightly older. Next one, I was picturing her, with the midriff showing, it does age her up maybe potentially a little bit, but I was picturing her dog walking with this one. And I did just want to point out I'm putting different glasses on her in every single picture. I want to have glasses on her in every picture because she's a glasses wearer, but I wanted to put different ones on just to show you some options. And then this is all from the Sweet Treats Mix and Match collection, with the exception of those hard to find silver sneakers from Tenny Grant's collection. But the rest of at the top, the cupcake bag and the sprinkles skirt are all from the same mix and match collection. And obviously, this was leaning into her baking hobby. Then here was what she's wearing in the video that I'm filming. And I think this is kind of a mid range. So not totally neutral, but definitely toned down. Here are a couple of outfits that my wife had already picked out for summer. So these are on Instagram. Nothing new, but black boots, black skirt, black bracelet, a top that she made, and the one little pop of color being her glasses. And then here are some AG sandals and an Etsy shirt and Etsy pants and the AG ombre glasses, which are my favorite pair, one of my top like 3 favorite pair of AG glasses. And then these are 3 looks coming up that I picked out, just like I said, in a couple minutes. So some AG items, the shirt and the boots, and some Etsy items. Jeans, I believe, are from Bellaboo's Closet, and I got this hat at a doll show. And then a little nod to Maple Lee. I love this on her. I think it's so stinking cute. It's Maple Lee jeans and shirt, and then AG boots and some generic glasses. I love this. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I really love it. And then the next one is also equally good. So here she is in another pair of favorite glasses. I believe these are Molly's Be Forever glasses. The headband my wife made, and Etsy dress and American Girl shoes, Sage's sandals. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. If you, like I said, if you're interested in me doing the 1 item 10 looks challenge with her meat outfit, let me know in the comments and I can do that. But let's get back to the rest of the points I wanted to make. Okay, 2 more points. Next one is the box. Again, unless you are just waking up after a few weeks, you have heard everybody's opinion on this box. Maybe you've gotten good information, maybe you've gotten misinformation. My understanding is that it is a test, that it is part of their initiative to be more environmentally sustainable. They have done a couple of other things with it. So this is now the book holder. People have said it's like egg carton. It is. I love it. I love it. I don't care at all what material they use for this. This does not like impact my life. I can't see how it impacts us as collectors. It's got a cool, like now the box, those 2 pieces just slide right in these holes. And if you want to use it for something, go ahead. If not, it can be recycled. It's like biodegradable. You could probably just plant it in your garden, like stick it in the dirt or in your compost. I don't know. I'm making stuff up, but that's my suspicion. Love it. These, they look like egg roll paper. They still have a little bit of plastic on them because they're using tape, but I have no issue with this. Cute little logo. It's this instead of the 18,000 gajillion little tiny pieces of plastic that they put every little individual thing in. Great. Here for it. I love this. Be more sustainable. I thought it was interesting that they still have this plastic neck thing where the back of the neck rests against. I don't know if there's another option that they can or will explore for that. But all of this part of the box, psh, go for it. I want you to be green. You know what else can help you be green? Going back to using wood instead of so much plastic in the fabrication of all of your big ticket items, especially for the price. Like I just opened a big ticket item. I'm not going to mention it because I don't know which video is coming out first, but there's a big ticket item that I just opened up over there and I'm like, plastic, 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 plastic. So if you're so worried about plastics, you could incorporate some higher quality materials in your big ticket items. But this, I don't like it. And I don't care about, does it look luxury or is it bougie enough for me? Whatever. I don't display my dolls in box. Not a single freaking one of them. Over 100 dolls, not a single one of them lives in a box. For me, that doesn't matter. However, I am capable of looking at things from multiple angles. For people who display their dolls in box, that does matter. Like, what's the point? There are people who have like all of their Girl of the Year dolls in box and their faces are showing in every single one of them. And then this. It's to reduce the plastic, right? But here's the issues that I see. It sucks for collectors who want to display their dolls in box. And you can say a Girl of the Year doll is a playline doll and she's not meant to be a collector, and they're still giving you the full plastic for the limited edition, like super expensive collector dolls. So what are you whining about, Kristie? Fair-ish. The other reason is that for the few people who can still go to their local American Girl doll store, or who are able to make a trip and go and have that special experience, we know that the dolls vary slightly from one to the next. Even the exact same, like 15 summer dolls are going to look slightly different. Their eyelash curl, their head tilt, their lash paint, their lip paint, whether their teeth are a little off or not. You know, all of those things have slight variations. And if you're paying $135, 100 and whatever dollars for a doll, it's fair to say I would just like to pick out the one that kind of speaks to me the most. And that's going to be harder to do. There are people who won't do it anymore because they feel inhibited, and that sucks for them. And it was really easy for them to do before. And so that's one of my complaints. There are people who are going to do it anyway because they're like, I'm paying $100 and something. I want to make sure that there aren't like eyes like this. We've seen a lot of quality control issues with American Girl. I want to make sure that I get something that looks decent. So they're going to take these boxes, lids off of every single doll. It's going to make more mess. On a weekend, it's going to take up more space and take more time and be it's going to be a nuisance. The people doing it are going to feel more inhibited because there's more traffic around them, and the people who are trying to maneuver around them, and the employees. And the more you take the box lids on and off, or off and put them back on, the less pristine they're going to be. So maybe 6 people look at this particular doll and go, she's not the one for me. And person number 7 loves her, but now has a box lid that's kind of, right? Is this a first world problem? Yes, you're on an American Girl doll channel. Hello. Like, obviously. But yeah, so a lot of people had been asking, like, hey, if you have feedback about this, just like perma panties, just like the bad eyes, the 2-part eyes, just like other decisions that American Girl has made in the past that customers really haven't liked, if there is loud enough feedback, they will change those decisions. I mean, even when I don't like it, even when it means that right-wing people got the body book pulled from American Girl shelves by raising their concerns very loudly, right? Like, I don't always like it, but we can see that the company does respond to consistent and loud backlash. So several people were like, then be consistent and loud and make backlash about this. And I'm going to put contact information for you to dial, email, wherever, like some suggestions here if you want to voice your feedback. I would say, be polite. List your specific reasons if you don't love the box. They responded to me and said, having it like this allows people to see her full meat outfit, and in like when she's in the box, she's not pictured with her like she doesn't have her glasses on in the box, and we wanted customers to be able to see what she looks like with her glasses on. And I'm like, yeah, because they wouldn't have been able to see it if you would have just put the picture down here like you always do, and they wouldn't have been able to see the meat outfit if you put the picture here like you always do, right? That doesn't make sense to me. So I'm not like having a fit, losing sleep, but I do think it would be wise to praise their efforts for more sustainable packaging, and maybe give some ideas that come to you. Like I gave a couple ideas, maybe do this or that. Praise their efforts, encourage them to do more, and let them know if this is the one of the steps that you think should be taken. And if not, kind of share why. Last thing is regarding the whole everything that's going on with Etsy and the hypocrisy that I was like while reading this book. So first, very, very, very like superficial background, just in case you happen to not know. On Instagram, several people who have Etsy shops have posted in the past several weeks saying, I got copyright infringement strikes from Etsy from American Girl / Mattel because I put the clothes that I make that aren't like anything that American Girl makes. Like I put clothes that I make on American Girl dolls because I make them for American Girl dolls. And I use the dolls that I bought from American Girl as the models. And I will let you do your own research. I'm not even going to comment much because the story is kind of still unraveling, and what I say right now could be proven wrong or irrelevant by tomorrow. But there are many ways that companies do this. Warner Brothers does it, Disney does it, Mattel does it, where they're sweeping for keywords or images and anything that pops up that they're like, we have a copyright on that. Then they're flagging it. They're telling Etsy, take it down. That's a copyright infringement. Etsy does not investigate this. They just go, okay. And they take your listings down and they send you a finger wagging. And if they do that 3 times, they shut down your shop. You can reopen, but you will have none of the feedback, none of the reviews, none of the stars, none of the sales counts, all of these things. My wife and I used to have an Etsy shop, not related to dolls, years ago. And we came across the same kind of thing. And we were like, you know what? We'll just shut our own shop down because I don't want it to be shut down by them, for BS reasons. So I have personal experience with this kind of thing. And it sucks, and I feel for people, especially in this case, because the people getting flagged are not using anything copyrighted. They're not, like, I know there are people who just lift the logos and sell them for American Girl dolls, but most of what I'm seeing are, like, seamstresses who have, like, kick-ass, amazing skills. They're crafters, they're making these things, original ideas or patterns that they have purchased from the creators with permission to make the items and sell them. Like, it's so on the up and up, it's laughable. And they're real, and it sucks for them, right? Like, whether this was some lone person company that just likes to go after people for Mattel's benefit, or it is a company that does this for Mattel with their, consent and payment and support. I don't know, but I do know that it sucks whether it is your hobby, whether it's your second income, or whether it is your bread and butter that puts food on your family's table. It sucks to be hardworking and creative and ethical and have a company have some kind of algorithm that goes flagged, reported, and then another company that goes, first strike. And to be terrified that, like, those are going to mount up and your shop is going to be shut down. So there is a long list of shops that are being impacted by this. So keep that in mind. I think that AGTV for Life has done a video on it, and Savvy Writes Books has. I haven't watched any of them yet. Just kind of been doing my own thing and a little bit overwhelmed with some other aspects of life. So I haven't watched them, but I know you can find more information on it. Here's what I wanted to point out. So some people probably, I haven't watched their videos, probably have pointed out the insane hypocrisy with this book coming out at exactly the same time that all of these copyright infringement strikes are happening. Because the entire premise of this book, other than my aunt's a cat person and I'm a dog person and that's causing us friction and we're all going to have to grow up about it, is she is a girl running her business. They talk about business model, a business fair, profits, tracking profits and expenses, advertising, marketing, merchandising. I mean, it's like a lesson. It's like a little junior lesson with some fun recipes and interesting facts about what things dogs cannot have, like toxic foods for dogs. But it is like a lesson for children in how to be your own hashtag girl boss. Nobody's missing the irony in this, right? Like, hey girls, be your own boss, be creative, put those talents to work, and then watch us send our minions in to do copyright strikes and shut your crap down. Okay, so that, people are ticked about it, and I get it. But the one that, like, really, I would laugh out loud if it weren't so just mind-bogglingly hypocritical. Okay, so at the end of the book, they have Real Girl Entrepreneur. Okay, just going to read you a few excerpts. Meet Anna B. She plays soccer, swims, does crafts, and likes shopping. Oh, and she owns her own business. It's called Artsy Anna, and the 9-year-old entrepreneur participated in her first business fair in her home state of Wisconsin. A little backyard girl. Easy to find her. They ask her what she makes. It's a series of question and answer. What got you into this? How long does it take you to make one item? What inspires you when you are designing your items? I was like, ooh, interesting. She likes to look at Pinterest and find cute designs. Where have you participated, or have you participated in any kids' business fairs? When and where? Do you plan on attending more? Yes, definitely. What was the most fun about it? Were there other products there at the fair that inspired you? What was least fun about it? Is there something special you'd like to do with the money that you make? What do you like about being your own boss? What advice would you give someone who wanted to start their own business? Okay. Check out this picture. It's Stitch. This is a photo of this girl's products. Stitch is a Disney licensed character, and Disney does not F around with copyright infringement. Like, at all. They will send employees to craft fairs. Like, and if you want to, it's very hard to get actual numbers, but if you want to, just look up, like, how much does it cost to get a license to sell Disney products, to sell Disney image products, to sell Disney licensed products? I have a family member who works with a company that has a license for a couple of other, like, Warner Brothers kind of other companies, and it is multiple, because it depends on what you're asking for licensing for, what kind of products you want to make, how much of the stuff that they have do you want to use. It varies, but easily for one product, people sometimes report spending $10,000 a year for a license. Easily. Do you think it's likely that this 9-year-old, she's a 9-year-old, that she is spending tens of thousands of dollars a year for this license? Look, I'm not mad at Anna, but it is mind-boggling that at the same time they are sending people out. The copyright infringement strikes say from Mattel/American Girl. There is certainly more complicated backstory and layers and whatever of it. But at the same time that people who love this brand and support it and drive a lot of business to it are getting copyright infringements and being faced with the possibility of their shops being shut down. They're like, check out this girl with a licensed product that she most likely doesn't have a license for. Look at her. Look at this girl boss. Be like her. I don't even know what to say. What? So yeah, I didn't plan on this being the rant. If you want to end, go back to the, I'll put a couple of her like cute outfits back on, and you can end on that note. I don't know. Usually everything's positive. I think the doll's cute. I think that, I mean, look at her. I don't know. I'm having a hard time with this one. It's what? How? And what in the holy hypocrisy is going on there? Like, granted, they probably didn't plan to like execute all of these copyright infringement strikes at the exact same time that this girl and her story and this most likely like copyright infringement strike was being promoted in the book. Like, they probably didn't plan on these things to be coordinated, but ooh, bad timing. So yeah, she's cute. If you have her, you shouldn't enjoy her any less. If you want her, like, I'm not telling you what to buy or what not to buy. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to end on, I think I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Whatever doll you have, I hope you're enjoying them. I hope that you are paying attention to the shops that are talking about their struggles and their fears and their frustrations on Instagram and supporting them, right? More than like, we should be telling each other what AG needs to do and what we should do with our money and who we should support. Like, don't, boycott or this or that. More importantly is show them a lot of love. If they are moving to a different website, if they are blurring out the faces of their models, if you can, send some business their way and speak up a little bit and hopefully put a little pressure on AG, one, about that box, and two, about showing some love to a bunch of creators that have heretofore had a really nice symbiotic relationship with the brand. So, all right, that's my 2 cents. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you're getting Summer, if you want her, if you like the new looks that I gave her. Anyway, take care. Bye.